Welcome to episode 355 of the official Gamestitch Podcast. I'm Ryan Walton, and as always, I'm joined by Dan Reamer.
Hello again.
Hello.
Once again, we are without producer Gerald. He was called in for a work emergency, a real work emergency. I think we both got the text this morning about 4 a.m.
Yeah, well, I didn't get it then, but that's when he sent it.
Well, it came through. Yeah, it came through.
Some would call that professional because he gave us a heads up. I would call it unprofessional because I was asleep.
I'm on the fence.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, good on you, PG, for letting us know, keeping us informed. But you need to tell your work that if we're going to have emergencies, they need to do it when I'm not asleep.
Mm-hmm. I think that's fair too.
That's where I'm at with it.
So it's 3:37 a.m. my time.
Right, it was 4:37 mine.
Yeah. So you want to talk about the dedication. Now, anyone that's been listening for 3 weeks or less may think that he's not even a real person.
That's true. That's true. He could be just our imaginary producer, Gerald. Our imaginary friend that we have produced out of the ether to produce this show.
Here's what I was thinking earlier, though. How good would it have been if 27 years ago when we started this show, if we had made up a person this entire time and we just kept the joke alive? It wouldn't even be funny to anyone but us.
Those are the best jokes.
I know. It would have been good if we talked about Clint this whole time and it's not even a real person.
Yeah.
Like, you could blame him for shit.
Assistant producer Clint, it's all his fault.
Yeah, we could blame him for shit. Clint lost the recording.
I don't like Clint. I don't think that should have been his name, though. It should have been just a real simple name.
How about Kyle?
Mike, Jeff, Steve.
You don't want it to seem made up, though.
Oh, Steve, Mike, or Jeff is not made up. Let me tell you something. When I was in high school, I used to go to... I lived right near a college.
Mm-hmm.
And I used to go to the college when I was a kid. And I used to go to the frat houses. And when I say a kid, I mean I was like 17, 18 years old. Not old enough to partake in beverages of the alcoholic persuasion, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
And we would go and walk up to the door and, where's your invite? Mike told me to swing on by. Oh, Mike? Yeah, Mike's all right. Come on in. So it was always a Mike or a Jeff or a Steve, and that's how we got into all the different frat parties.
You were hedging your bets on the fact that...
everybody knows one.
Right. There is a Mike, a Jeff, or a... Now... There's probably right now a whole new generations of Jeffreys out there.
Oh, I would imagine so, yeah.
Who will grow up and become Jeffs.
Yeah, oh yeah, without a doubt.
Or Michaels who will become Mikes.
Yes.
Yeah. So we could have had associate producer Jeff this whole time.
We could have. But we didn't think of it until 6 years later, so.
Yeah. But as far as people know, 3 weeks ago we made up PG.
We made up producer Gerald, so it's true.
Yeah. He really is usually here.
Yeah. He's a real person.
Yeah.
He does help us and guide us.
Yeah.
He helps keep us a little focused.
Now, I'll tell you that why this show is so make or break. 2 weeks ago, without producer Gerald, I thought we had a phenomenal show.
Okay.
Last week, I thought it was serviceable.
Okay.
So 2 out of 3 today.
So today's the decider, is what you're saying.
I mean, we decide if we are better.
Today is the
or
decisive.
If the show is worse. Yep.
This is the final match of this Rocket League playing against these guys, is what you're telling me.
Yeah, this is game 3 of 3 here. I mean, this is for all the marbles, as the kids say.
All of them.
Kids say that anymore?
I don't think so.
Kids don't play marbles.
I don't think it's a kid. No.
I think it's just V-Bucks.
I think it's just old people that don't relate to kids anymore.
Yeah.
That say that.
Who thinks marbles are still relevant. Man, what a different time. This one's for all the V-Bucks.
Such a simple time.
All the loot crates.
V-Bucks, Bitcoins, loot crates.
The Bitcoins. The old blockchain.
Blockchain. Libra.
Maybe that's what
all the Libras
should be out. The show should be about
microcurrencies.
What's it called?
Cryptocurrencies
and microtransactions.
Yes,
I blended those two.
Yes, so you did, as did I. Confused me.
My favorite thing, we're not going to spend any time on crypto, but my favorite thing about crypto is that there is no value to it other than what the people who have it decide that it's worth, or the people that want it.
Right. Yeah, it's
splendid.
It holds no worth unless The only people that it's worth anything to is like like you said, the people who have it.
Or the people that want it. Those are the only two people that have any value associated with
I
it.
forgot to turn the sound off, guys. Sorry.
You hear that? You're popular. Wow. What's happening?
Nothing. Nothing anymore. I turned it all off.
I thought it was Gerald letting you know he wasn't on the show.
No, he did that at 4:30 this morning.
He didn't just do it. Here's what you out there in listener land can appreciate about PG. He sent one at 3:37 a.m. Then he sent an update at 6:32 a.m. Just a quick recap. I'm still not up.
Which was 7:32 my time.
I'm still not up.
Yep.
I was up. I replied at 7 a.m. on the dot, which is, you can tell the time that my alarm would have gone off.
Yes.
And then he sent another update at 7:26 a.m. The man is thorough.
But listen, he takes that to every aspect of his life. I've seen his trophy list. I've seen how many hours he's played some games. He is definitely thorough.
So let me spin this into a Indeed listing for producer Gerald. If you're looking for somebody out there who is on top of shit, he's your guy. He doesn't even need a job. He's out doing his job. But, I mean, people like that are hard to find, because you would have got one update from me about 6 minutes before the show started.
Yeah. I'm usually pretty good about letting you know early, but I don't keep you posted.
I don't miss, I'm the Iron Man of...
Basically, if I text you, I'm probably not going to be on Sunday.
It's usually Friday or Saturday.
Yeah, and I could have just said I won't be on. I probably didn't need the probably, because there at that point there really wasn't a maybe not issue. It wasn't going to happen. But
barring some power outages that we've all had, I think most of the time yours are planned.
Yes, that's true.
Now, I don't remember until the morning of that you said you weren't going to be on a lot of the times. But yeah, producer Gerald out there, if you're looking for somebody who is detail oriented, he's your guy.
Yeah, that's an understatement.
Maybe even a touch of OCD, but you wouldn't put that on a resume.
Yeah, that's frowned upon.
You would put detail oriented.
Generally, that doesn't. Yeah,
Yeah,
you just need to use different words.
Yeah, high level organization skills. Something like that.
I don't think that's a thing.
Yeah. It is if you don't have them, let me tell you. Yeah, if you're a little more on my end, which is I think maybe a low-level ADD, you don't put that on there either.
I'm probably somewhere right in the middle of you two.
Yeah. I don't have trouble focusing. I have trouble focusing on things I don't want to do.
I have no trouble focusing on anything.
So if there's like 20 things I need to do, I'll do them in the order that I will enjoy them.
That you like them? And you start with the stuff you like first?
Yeah, because I don't even want to do the other stuff.
Yeah, you're doing
Here's the problem, though. About halfway through, I'm like, all the rest of the stuff sucks. I'm not even going to do any of it.
Right, that's why you don't do that. That's why you
But
don't
if you start
do
with
it
the bad stuff, I will never make it to the good stuff.
See, I will focus on whatever I'm doing, regardless if it's something I like or not, because it's what I'm doing, and I can multitask, but I prefer not to.
Yeah, I'm a great multitasker.
I can multitask, but I prefer not to. I prefer to, I'm in the middle of this, I'll finish this, then I'll move on to the next thing. I prefer it that way because life happens, and you never know what is going to come about all of a sudden. Like, all of a sudden, I'm in the middle of 6 things something, and for whatever reason, my dog gets out and runs away, which is a thing that's actually never happened, but that doesn't.
And you didn't complete any of the things.
Now nothing's done.
Right.
So,
well, as you all know, I'm a list guy. And what I'll do when I get to work, I'll make myself a list of things that have to be done. But I put little wins on there. I put little stuff that takes 2 seconds just so I can cross something out and feel productive.
So you cheat, essentially.
I'm cooking the books.
Cooking the books. Okay, yeah, you're laundering.
Look how much I got done today.
You're laundering the money, so to speak.
Right. Look how much I got done today,
Look at all these things I crossed off.
Like what I completed. Yeah, even though some of them are like, I mean, I'm not childish. It's just not log into the computer, but there are some things that take me 45 seconds to do at work, and I'll put it on the list. It'll be like send an email to blah, blah, blah. I'll put that on the list.
That actually sounds exactly like you. I can definitely see that about you.
Sometimes you just need a W.
That's your win. That's right. That's your motivation to keep moving forward. Look, I'm getting things done.
Without it, I don't know that anything would ever get done.
See, I don't make lists.
I have to. I have memory of a goldfish.
I don't have the memory of a goldfish, and I don't make lists. My wife likes to make lists. My wife likes to make lists for me.
No one else can make. You have to make your own list.
The problem is she's a list person as well.
Right.
So she makes lists. She makes them on this little piece of paper, on this little pad that hangs on the refrigerator by a magnet. It's all well and good. And then she goes back to her list and cross things off, so on and so forth. Well, then she makes me a list, knowing that I'm not a list person.
Yep.
She makes a list on the same pad, and it's on the refrigerator. Well, I never have any reason to look at the list on the refrigerator because I don't make lists, and I don't finish lists, and
you didn't make yourself a list.
I never go to that pad on the refrigerator. So then she's always like, "Did you see your list?" I'm like, "No, what list? It was on the refrigerator." When do I ever look at the side of the fucking refrigerator?
Because I wasn't expecting a list.
Because I made you a list. Okay, well then you need to tell me you made me a list, and it's on the side of the refrigerator. Or you need to put the list, tear the piece of paper off, and put it somewhere where I will see it. I still can't guarantee it's going to get done.
Yeah, I think lists are personal. You have to make your own list. It doesn't hold any weight if someone else makes it for you. Like maybe I do it, maybe I don't, but I wasn't planning on doing any of this. So anything
and I promise
do,
you that if someone makes you that list for you, they're not putting that easy win on there.
No, I wouldn't either if I was making somebody else's. Because I'm like, that's not even worth being able to cross out. But on my own, absolutely.
So
my lists are like easy, where I put everybody else's on normal.
Right.
I'm dropping the difficulty level of my list.
Of course, I understand.
Yeah, but if I didn't write stuff down, I would never do probably 40% of the things I need to do. I have a significant short-term memory issues. I don't know what the problem is. I've met people like me, though. I'm not the only person that can't remember shit.
No, I have too. But I can't, because I remember like everything and so much. I can't wrap my head around that personality trait.
Yeah, and when you try to explain to people what you're having to work with a lack of memory, people that don't have memory issues, they don't understand how tough it is out here.
Yeah, no, I don't. You're right.
Because people always call and are like, "Hey, you remember that that blah 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 I was telling you about?" And I'm like, refresh me on that again, because this is like the first time we've ever talked about it to me. And I'm sure we spoke about it before, but it's always brand new to me. But I think it goes back to focus. I think I'm not paying attention enough when they tell me the first time or when anybody talks to me the first time.
Probably.
Because I will say, if it's important to me, my memory works a little better.
Yep, that makes total and utter sense.
Yeah. Like if it's something I'm jazzed up about, I usually don't forget. Sometimes I still will, and then I'm real disappointed in myself. Like if I know there's something going on sale or I want to get it, and then I remember on Sunday knowing the new sales had just started and I missed it, I get real frustrated with myself.
It happens.
Yeah. If this is your first time here, welcome. We talk about video games and whatever else we want.
Lists.
Lists, especially when we're producer-less, so nobody keep us on track. See, what PG does is he'll pull up the story for the next thing we're supposed to talk about.
Right, which is a reminder that...
It's a reminder, and also feels it's the same thing as like, all right, let's tighten it up, you know?
Yeah, hey guys, you're wandering here.
All I see is Dan and the stuff that's in his room.
Which is
there's nothing to force me to go on to the next story.
Which is amazing, right?
It does look good. Your room's come a long way.
My room? Yeah.
Yeah, it's come a long way.
Yeah, I got some good stuff in here. I definitely need to... It's a little messy right now. Mm-hmm. But I definitely need to do some cleanup of it. But
I can't see the mess.
Yeah, no, you can't. I could show it to you real quick, but
you have it positioned in a manner where it looks like everything's put together.
Right. That's my good wall over there.
That's the video wall. That's the camera. That's the money shot, as the kids call it. But if this is your first time here, welcome. We talk about video games, whatever else we want, and we do it each and every week for your pleasure, just like Chick-fil-A does. It posts every Monday at 6 a.m. Central Standard Time. You know what I just thought about? It's weird about that reference is we record on Sunday, and Chick-fil-A ain't doing no business on Sunday.
I was thinking the same exact thing, but I was just going to roll with it because I was like, oh, he's got a plan here.
Well, they say my pleasure. And so when I said
they say it'll be my pleasure?
Yeah, so when I said for your pleasure, it made me think of Chick-fil-A, but then I immediately thought, but they wouldn't be doing this show today. You'd have to wait till tomorrow to get it from them. You know? Yeah. Chicken sandwiches are back at Popeyes.
Oh, is it back in now?
Yeah, I think so. I think it came back November 1st.
Did you go?
No, I don't. See, here's the thing. And write in and let me know. I watched a video of someone recreate the Popeyes chicken sandwich, and he claimed to be an employee of Popeyes.
Okay.
He used chicken thighs, which I do not like. I don't like dark meat.
Oh.
So I've not been in a huge hurry to go try one because I think they use chicken thighs for it.
Gotcha.
But that was just one asshole online, so I don't know why I based all of my decisions off of what he told me.
If it's on the internet, it must be true.
That's kind of it's kind of where I put my money. I bet all my cryptocurrency on that guy.
That's right.
And so I just haven't been back to try it, but it would be weird because everything they serve there is tasty. I like Popeyes. My favorite, I think I'm willing to make this statement. It's my favorite chicken tender strip, whatever you want to call it. Is the spicy
chicken strips
from Popeyes. They are delectable. Now, if you don't like a heavily breaded chicken tender, I mean like very breaded.
Yes.
Not for you, but it's like light and breaded, if that makes sense. Like it's not heavy-handed in the breading itself isn't
right. It doesn't give off the fried chicken vibe.
No,
with the really deep buttermilk breading. It's more of like a almost like a light.
I would describe it as like a fish batter almost.
Yeah, a very light fish batter. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But it's like so much of it. It's delectable. Their spicy chicken is in the. I believe what they do is actually season the chicken first and then bread it with the same breading. Mm-hmm. So you just get that red like cayenne tint when you bite into it. Oh, you pair that with some blackened buttermilk ranch. What they offer is dipping sauce. Damn it, that's good.
However, Bojangles has better biscuits.
The Popeyes biscuits are garbage.
Yes.
They're like hockey pucks.
They're not good.
And I've also declared this statement this week and then backed it up. They have no good sides. Every side they make is garbage.
Oh, at Popeyes?
Yes.
Yes.
That's so true. You almost need to go to a place for a biscuit, a place for the chicken, and then a place for the sides. Mm-hmm. And I'm willing to make the statement that the best sides come from KFC if we're talking chicken places.
Agreed.
Yeah.
100% agree with you.
They do really good sides.
They do really good sides.
Yeah. Zaxby's also has good fries. If you wanted to do fries, I like their crinkle fries.
Yep.
Bo has got some good biscuits, and I'll make a statement here that's probably controversial. I like McDonald's biscuits a lot.
No, I do too. They're very flaky. They're very good. Like, yeah, my go-to for breakfast there is a bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit.
Yeah, me too.
Always.
And if I need to treat myself, I'll get a bacon, egg, and cheese McGriddle, but that's probably once every couple months. I usually will do the bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit.
I'm not a McGriddle fan.
And McDonald's also has the best cheese paper. Like, the cheese melts out the best on a McDonald's biscuit.
Yes.
To where all the corners of my cheese are now on the paper, and because I'm gross, I'll scoop that off and put it in my mouth.
Oh, that is gross.
Yeah, well, you only live once.
That's still gross.
As the kids say, YOLO.
It doesn't. No, I don't think they say that anymore.
Be sure to support us on Patreon, patreon.com/Gamestitch if you love the show. If you're broke as shit, you can just tell your friends about us. That didn't cost a dime. You know? What happened?
You're broke as shit. That just made me...
I don't know people's financial situation out there. I don't want anyone to feel obligated to support the show.
Broke as shit isn't probably the nicest way to reference it, though.
Well, I think everyone here that's listened for any amount of times know that we're not about candy coating.
Oh, shit.
We don't sugarcoat it for you.
It just made me laugh. Because I've been broke as shit before, so I know what it's like. And you don't like people saying that about you. It doesn't matter if it's true or not.
Cause, is there a certain amount of like denial where you're like, I'm broke, but I'm not broke as shit?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, everybody. I didn't know.
There is. You're like, nah, I get back and forth to work.
Right. And, I got enough gas till Tuesday. I'm not broke as shit.
And I got like 12 packs of ramen, 2 mac and cheeses. I'm good. I'm a little, not as well off as some, but I ain't broke as shit.
I certainly was not attacking anyone's financial situation. I have been, I will be honest, I probably have never been broke as shit. I have
been broke as shit.
I think if I try to pretend like I was. Now, I grew up I would say we were borderline like poverty at some points of growing up.
Mm-hmm.
Like we ate out of the garden because that's all there was money for.
Mm-hmm.
But I, as an adult, have never been broke as shit. And I didn't get my parents' money or anything. I'm pretty fiscally responsible. So I know it takes more than that. It takes some luck too, which I've also had.
Right.
But I've probably not been broke as shit. So
I'm
speaking from a place of privilege.
I'm fiscally responsible as well, and it wasn't until the time I was about 27 years old where something happened in my life that caused me to be not as well off as I once was.
Now, how long have you been married?
I've been married for 10 years.
That's when I like to think your fiscal responsibility started.
No,
just like she make your list. She makes you good with money.
No, I was fiscally responsible before.
You think so?
Yes.
Because
not as much,
right?
But I would never. I would take a few more risks. Let's put it that way.
Like I said, 10 years ago, Dan started being fiscally responsible.
No, I've been with her for 15 years, so we can say
15 years ago, Dan started being fiscally responsible. That probably checks out even age-wise. That number you just threw out. I think because I did, my parents are divorced, for anybody that gives a shit about my backstory. My mom's side, they always spent money they didn't have, if that makes sense. So, there was always credit card debt and all that stuff.
Yep.
And my dad was paycheck to paycheck. So I think that, like, when I finally got to the point where I had my own money, I just didn't want to fall in either camp.
Mm-hmm.
And so that kind of made me... I'm strange because I don't think anyone would describe me as like a tight ass or cheap.
No.
But I love a deal.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I love a deal. People are always like, I don't understand how you get such good deals. Like, at fucking work is how I get such... Like, I constantly go to stores. I constantly check prices. Like, I hunt for a deal.
Yep, I do too.
And I think because of that... Because in my mind, I'm always like, I can find that cheaper somewhere. I don't buy a lot of the things I would like to buy right then.
Well, the thing is, too, if you go searching for a deal and you find a deal...
Oh, it feels good.
Well, you're also... And I'm talking... For this example, I'll say, say a winter jacket.
Mm-hmm.
You're looking for a winter jacket. And you go online and you're looking at deals and looking at different places. And, Spider has one for $300, but it's on sale for $220. Okay, that's a deal. That's a good brand. But then you're searching through and you see this, I don't know, we'll call it Want-Do or what. There's a bunch of different ones.
Dan's talking real winter jackets for you that don't understand anything he's talking about.
Yes, real winter jackets.
He's not talking like a Columbia R winter jacket.
No, I'm talking parka type shit. Right. Mountain climbing parka type shit.
Right.
Because I found this site called Cliff Rise, and I got a parka for $80.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, for $80, they explained it. It's good for up to minus 32 degrees. I'm funny about jackets. I have to have cuffs. I don't like open. I want a hood, but it needs to be detachable. And I was like, well, this has everything I want. I'll take a chance on it. And I felt even better when I came, and I was like, this is what I wanted. Yes, it fits. It's perfect. It's warm.
It's what I wanted. It was the right price.
And so I guess what I'm getting at is that if you're searching for deals like that, you're more likely also to take a chance on something you may not have before.
Yeah. I spend most of my life muttering to myself, but when am I ever going to find it that cheap again?
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's a statement that I go to almost daily. Like, but when am I ever going to find it that cheap? Like, the time to buy it is when it's in front of you. So when you find a deal, and you know, people are like, like they skydive or whatever, they get a rush from like doing things. I get a rush from that deal. Like, I almost like a physical reaction to a deal. I'm not like popping a heart on.
Oh, I get it. But I will wait too. I will wait until I find the deal.
But the defeat is when you find a deal and you wait on it and you go back and the deal's gone and you don't find a deal that good again.
Yeah, you're right.
As good as it feels to get a deal, it feels terrible to lose one.
That's like I fell into that trap. Well, I didn't fall into the trap, but I've been looking for a new TV now for about 4 or 5 months.
Mm-hmm.
And none of the deals have been on what I'm looking for out of the TV I want. I found it this week. Boom, snapped right up on it. And on top of that, then I fell into another deal to go along with the TV, and I was like, oh, got to have that too.
The double deal.
It's a double deal.
The unexpected deal is the best deal.
Yeah, the best deals.
Yeah, like there is times where you watch a thing and it comes down in price. And when you just stumble, like you're like, oh, I'm dumb, and you walk into place and you're like, oh, deal. That feels amazing.
Yes, it does, especially if it's on something that you want.
Oh my gosh, it feels so good when you're like, I've been wanting this forever.
Right. And I found it, especially when it's something that like you typically don't find out.
Yeah. And
you find
in the wild
I found this. How much is this? Oh my God.
Yeah. It almost takes me back.
I did that. I walked into just a random comic book cereal bar store. And they had an 18-inch Green Arrow figure. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh, you never see Green Arrow stuff anywhere. And I'm like, that's probably going to be super expensive. Wasn't. I was like, oh my God, this is amazing.
I found
Best
it
day ever. I'll
deal.
have 2 bowls of cereal now.
Yeah, that's how it's almost childlike when you walk into a deal for a thing that you're like, I would never thought I would have found this on sale. Like, like what a good day.
Best day ever.
Yeah. Yeah. I love a good deal.
Oh, it feels so good.
Yeah, it does. You got a deal this week. I got a deal this week. It's been a good week.
Uh-huh.
And I love a good deal. So that's if there was like a true hobby out there for me, it would be like a deal, like finding shit at like on a cheap price.
Finding deals?
Yeah, but that's not a hobby that one can have. You can't be like deal finder.
Yeah, it's not real. It's not really a hobby, no.
Yeah. I'm thinking about starting a new show called The Daily Deal.
Really?
Yeah.
You going to do it every day?
It's going to come out monthly. It's going to be called The Daily Deal, though. No. It's going to be a vlog. Like, what's up, fam? Sit here searching for deals.
No one says fam anymore either. Man, you're really showing your age this episode.
No, people say that for sure.
I don't think they do anymore. I think that.
No, they still do.
I think that's all 6 months ago.
No. I watch vlogs, man. People still say fam. Streamers are big on the fam. Or the nation or the whatever they have. Deal Nation out there.
Oh, yeah, the nation. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone's got a nation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or some people like to attack their fan bases, too. They're like, what's up, you cheap shitheads? Welcome to the Daily Deal. Like where they're a little passive-aggressive, you know?
Have we ever done
like
I'm sure we've done that at some point, so.
Yeah, I think we called our shithead for a little while.
Yeah.
Our listeners. You know, we're like we go through phases. We've grown up on the microphones.
I think we've probably covered all of those gamuts of nation fam shitheads over time. So
the nation fam shitheads. We are the most adult we've ever been right now.
That's probably fair.
And I don't mean like rated R,
like raunchy, or
I don't mean NC-17. I mean we're the most grown up,
matured or grown up.
Mm-hmm.
I would say that's probably true.
Yeah, I don't suggest going back to early episodes. We were, at times, offensive.
We were a little off.
I wouldn't even say borderline. We were just offensive.
Yeah.
So, we've grown.
But if you do want to see the transitions we've gone through, like the beautiful caterpillar to the butterfly, then you can do that. That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
But
people always make that reference. Butterflies just die.
Well, they do, but they're much prettier than caterpillars.
They're beautiful till they die.
They're much prettier than caterpillars.
Yeah. How come that reference held on, but the fucking marble one, we The marble one didn't last, but the caterpillar butterfly is still around.
Hey, man, I'm not in charge of pop culture.
You'd have to buy marbles off the internet if you wanted them, huh?
Well, you'd probably have to explain to everybody what the hell marbles are.
And how you play?
Yeah, before.
There's a game. There's like, you can play a game with marbles. I know people don't know that.
Right.
It's like the jacks that you used to pick up, you know what I'm talking about?
Pickup sticks. Oh, yeah. No, there was, jacks. I remember jacks.
Yeah.
And then there was pickup sticks.
Yeah, I played Pogs.
I wasn't a Pog guy. That was after me.
Oh, man. Fucking nuts. That's like the modern day Beyblades. Is that still a thing? I think Beyblades is back.
Is it? I don't know.
I think it's back, yeah. I think it's back stronger than ever.
What about the little skateboards that you use your fingers for?
Tech decks?
Yeah.
Hell yes. I love a tech deck. People still play with those too. I saw a TikTok. What the fuck? I saw a TikTok the other day where the guy was playing with a tech deck. He had a whole park built.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah. See, some people would look at that and think that guy's a loser. I look at that guy and I see the art behind what he's doing. He's got a passion for something and he just held on.
He loves, which is fine.
Yeah. He just held on. Now, we're lucky enough that the thing that we love has somehow left nerdom and just become like a mainstream thing.
Yes.
You know, he hedged his bets on tech decks and they didn't win, you know. It could have been the thing.
Just because it didn't win doesn't mean you can't have your passion for it.
No, you should love it. You should always own what you love. And
I like games before games were cool. I like games when games would just rot your brain and you were just going to be useless because all you did was play games.
I mean, even growing up a little bit, there was still like a nerd culture, attached to it.
Yeah.
Now everybody plays games.
No, I grew up collecting comic books, and
I'd say that still has a stigma attached to it.
That was not a cool thing to do. Not as much anymore, but
I'm not
like it was then.
I'm not Gerald level, but I have a ton of Legos.
Yes.
And I would say that there are like adult Lego collectors, and then there's the rest of the world.
Yeah, probably.
And it's still certainly got some stigma attached to it. Some
stigma attached to it, without a doubt.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff does. People who build model cars, there's a stigma attached to that. There's stigmas attached pretty much to everything. So
model cars are cool as hell. I've never been good at it, but they're cool as hell.
Me either, but I'd always wanted to be.
Man, when you see somebody who's good at it, you're like, that's pretty awesome.
Yep.
I watch a dude that does like model train builds where he builds like the scenery for model trains. I don't care what anybody says. If you're not impressed by that, you're not trying. Because he'll take a picture of it and like with a real background, and you cannot tell.
And you can't tell the difference. Yeah,
it's fucking amazing.
Yep.
So I think that stuff's really cool. I'd say the thing that probably I get judged the hardest for, which I think is the most odd to me, is like the smart home stuff. People just do not embrace that.
No, they don't.
The people that I encounter on a daily basis do not at all.
I don't know that there's like a nerddom. And I'm speaking for myself.
It's more like you don't care about your privacy.
I don't really get that too much.
I get that all the time.
But I basically get people that just won't talk about it with me because they don't understand it or know anything about it. And they're like, oh yeah, you're just into all that. That's what I get. And I'm like, well, yeah, I am. It's super cool.
There's, how I don't like the word gamer. I brought this up before.
Mm-hmm.
There's almost with like people are always like, yeah, he's into all that techie shit.
Yep,
I feel the same way about that term as I do gamer.
I get that a lot.
I'm like, you can talk to every room in my fucking house. It's not techie shit, okay? It's the fucking future is what we're talking about here, asshole.
He's a tech geek. That's what I get. Yeah. I'm a tech geek.
Yeah. He's into all that. He's got the doorbell where you can see. I'm like, everybody has those. That's not even... If you were going to attack something I had, it's probably not that. If you wanted to go deep into where I've lost my mind, it's probably the fact that I can, talk to my vacuum cleaner, not the fact that I can see out my doorbell, because that's pretty common.
Right. Yeah, I can have a conversation with my fucking microwave. Are you serious?
Yeah, that part's a little weird. It's not the fact that I have a camera at my house. That's not even that weird at this point. And then people are always like, do you think it's weird that everything's always listening? You're always listening when you're around. We kept you around still. I don't think that's weird at all. I want it to be listening in case I need something. It has to listen in case I have a need.
You know what? It's good, though, because maybe it allows you to understand some personal responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
Don't say shit you don't want other people to hear.
Yeah, but who's sitting around besides bad people?
Right.
Who's sitting around planning shit like that?
Right.
I've never said something and gone, man, I wish the echo didn't hear that.
Yeah, me either.
Yeah, I've never thought that. Not once.
No.
Everything I've even done some stuff where I'm like, that's cool that the echo heard that. You know? It's cool. Like, I can't imagine what the transcript of my life sounds like because I play video games with you guys every night and they don't hear the other side of it. So my file must look like that I'm a psychopath. Because a lot of times it'll be like, here's what I found for whatever, badger care, in-home badger care. And you're like, what does that even mean? Because she just hears whatever she wants when I'm playing at night.
Yeah, that's true.
I've also learned to call it an echo because if you say she like I just did, people think that's real weird.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Picked up on that early on when I started getting smart home stuff.
Real early on.
Yeah. You don't her, she, things like that. When you identify it as a person like that, people are
put off a little.
They put their judgy hats on for sure. They put their sorting hats on real quick.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's a good thing about Google is I just call it. I have a system.
Do you have the lady Google or do you have the guy?
I have the lady Google.
And you don't ever say her?
No.
Or she?
No.
See, I have to catch myself because I'll be like, just tell her to turn the lights on or whatever.
No,
I'll say it like that.
I'll tell you what I do. Okay, I will tell you that I can tell you that my Google Assistant has made me feel good before, though.
Yeah.
Because I said, hey, Google. I don't have one in here. I'm good.
Everybody else is fucked that's listening, but yeah, you're fine. I've been polite this episode and just used the term echo.
So I said, I won't say it all. Hey, G, turn off the lights. Okay, turning off 3 lights now, she says. I just said she. See?
See? See? It's so easy to do.
And just out of nowhere, because I was a little tipsy at the time, I was like, thank you. And G said, you're welcome, Dan.
Yep.
And I was like, oh, that was nice.
I think mine sometimes especially when I gave it like 5 actions in a row, I'm like, hey, thanks. Because I felt like that was a lot, right? I could have done any of those things myself.
Right. But you handled them for me.
But so yesterday I woke up and I'm like, hey, what's the weather today? Which is pretty common. I do that pretty much daily.
Yeah, I do too.
And I'll tell you what the echo is so good at. It throws in these unexpected moments. Mm-hmm. So here's what you can expect this weekend. So I said, what's the weather today? And she said, blah, 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 high of this, low of this. Enjoy your weekend.
Yeah.
I was like, she doesn't do that all the time, right?
Right.
Right. She's dusted in there.
Yeah.
And tell you what, if you don't have yourself a speaking assistant, you should get one.
You're missing out.
Yeah. Because they'll slide in little compliments like that. Like sometimes I'll just ask it something and it's like, hey, have a good day.
Have a great day. Yeah, I get
Other
that.
Day,
from
so
time to time.
I constantly, like I said, hey, when do the Predators play?
Mm-hmm.
Nashville Predators if you don't watch hockey. So the echo says the Predators are going to play at 1 o'clock today at home. Enjoy the game. I was like, oh, yeah, you're damn right I will. And then he goes, would you like me to set a reminder before the game starts to let you know? Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I would like that a lot.
I love the reminders.
There's no humans out there like you because you're all about pleasing me.
I don't need the reminders, but I set them anyway.
Yeah, and then I was in the kitchen doing something, and it's like, hey, just letting you know that game's about to start. And I'm like, fuck yeah, it is.
Yeah, I like being at work. Hey, just so you know, you have to call for this medicine.
Yeah, so good.
And everybody looks at me, and I'm like, fuck yeah. Fuck you people.
That's just my robot letting me know how to get shit done.
That's my fucking assistant. That's my friend. That's my one true friend.
Never lets me down. Never. Now, how many people do you think are tired of hearing us talk about this?
Everybody.
Most.
Everybody.
Most.
Everybody.
Most people.
What'd you play this week?
I played, I think I played all the same shit.
Oh, nothing new?
I'm trying to think. Did I play anything new? I played Rocket League. I am so heavy into Farm Together. I've now shifted my stance that I can platinum that game.
Oh, you've decided?
I've decided. I think I can platinum before the PS5 comes out. So like a year.
Okay.
because I don't really have to do anything now, right? I'm doing the events. I can just jump in and let it run. Now, right. The one thing that's kind of making me a little sad is that's going to be my most played game this year, and it's not really going to be.
Right.
Like, I have to leave the PS4 running to earn XP and money. I don't need money anymore to earn diamonds, and it's a little misleading because I haven't played as much as it'll look like.
So you're cooking the books again, essentially.
Yeah, for the platinum I am. So I enjoy that game too. You know, I like it. So it's not all wasted, but I'm back on the side that it could be done again. I'm like 2 trophies away. One of them I could get at any point. The other one, I mean, I've spoke about it, but it's dumb. Played some more Rocket League. I did get all the Halloween events. The whatever they call it, the Haunted Hallows.
Haunted Hollows.
They did release their roadmap for the rest of the year. They're going to have Frosty Fest again coming up. Obviously, they have the blueprint stuff where they're going to get rid of the crates, and they just kind of went through some of that. They showed off the new season rewards, which are pretty cool. Their animated paint schemes is what you win this year.
Mm.
So if you're not ranked, play some ranked matches and get ranked because that stuff's pretty neat looking. And I'm trying to think if there's anything else I played. I don't think I played anything else. I played a lot, but it's a lot of those.
I kind of had a similar week. I played a lot, but I only played 2 games this week.
Mm-hmm.
I played some Rocket League, and I am all in on Outer Worlds. Man, that game is so good. Let me tell you something about this game. Let me tell you what this game does. If you do the read-throughs and have watched any videos about it, you know that it says the game takes about 40 hours to complete. But what it doesn't tell you is that 40 hours of game is all game.
Mm-hmm.
There's no, a lot of times, for example, in the Fallout series, you've got the hacking mini games, the lockpicking mini games, the different mini games that you have to do. There's none of that in Outer Worlds. It's based off your skill and the stuff that you have in your inventory, and you basically push a button for all of that, for hacking terminals, for all of that. They have streamlined the process so well that you are literally simply just playing the game.
You don't get hung up with the nonsense.
There is no nonsense to get hung up on. All of the side quests are... I haven't come across one yet that is like irrelevant. Because of the wider breadth of the story, they are all related to the story somehow.
Mm-hmm.
So none of that ever feels like filler. You meet some real cool... The NPCs are really cool. You have some really cool conversations with them. Again, it's kind of based off the story. I remember when we first talked about how you said I would love this, and I said, I don't know, it seemed like it was a little jokey for me. I was way off base on that. There is humor in it, but it's not a jokey game at all.
I'm just super glad you got it, because when I think I brought it up on here for the first time that I really thought you were going to get it, because I just assumed you were getting it this whole time. And then when I said that and you said, no, I don't think so, or I'm going to wait, or whatever you said, I was super disappointed. Because I was just absolutely, everything I'd read on, I was just absolutely sure you were going to love it. And then when you texted me and said you were going to get it, I was excited for you, because I was like, I'm pretty sure he's going to love this. And then I did what I always do, and I'm like, oh, I hope I wasn't a part of somebody getting something they don't like, because that's most of the time. No. That's how I roll.
No.
So I'm super pumped that you like it as much as you do.
It is. It's, if you're familiar with Obsidian at all, then you know what Obsidian does. I think I said it last week. It does have. It has a very Firefly feel to it, which is fucking awesome for me. You can still get by if you're not a Firefly fan, but if you are a Firefly fan, you'll get a huge kick out of some elements of the story. It has some Mass Effect vibes to it with the dialogue and just the look of some of the planets. But it doesn't feel like either of those. It does feel like those are in its DNA, but they're not the game. The game is still its own thing.
You can feel good about a game that gets described by other good games.
Yes, you can.
Because I hear people throwing out, like you just said, Mass Effect. I hear people throwing out Fallout. I hear people throwing out No Man's Sky. I'm like, I mean, those are all good games that I enjoyed.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yep.
the idea that you describe it with other good games, I think that's how you know something has the right DNA, the good bones, because every game is like something else.
Right.
Except for maybe Death Stranding, which we'll talk about in a minute. But, everything seems to be really rooted in something else, and it just sounds like every time someone describes something, I was just sure that you would love that game.
Yeah, I do love this game. I'm probably 18 to 20 hours in. Like yesterday I played, not all at one time, but yesterday I played for 6 hours.
I mean, we're getting a little long in the year. I mean, it's safe to say at this point it could be on your top list.
It could be, yeah.
Yeah.
I have not been this invested in a game in a long time.
Yeah, that's cool.
I mean, I played, yesterday I woke up in the morning, played for 2 hours. I'm like, oh, I got shit to do. Start doing shit, and I'm like, you know what? I want to play it. So I come back up here and play it. As a matter of fact, as we were getting on, I was finishing up a quest. That's why I told you, hold on a second.
I know, it sounded like you were building a house and all the noise you were making trying to shut the PS4 off. You're like, hey, Google, clear my schedule. I got to visit the Outer Worlds today.
So, but yeah, I'm invested in it. I haven't had a game that has dug into me like this in a long time. The last one would probably be maybe God of War.
That's been a while.
Maybe
Definitely
God of War.
What about The Division 2?
I played it because I enjoyed it. I don't think it ever dug into me because I'm pretty done with it.
Yeah. Gotcha.
I played it because I play it. Because I like that universe.
Yeah.
Because the combat is so good. But I was never truly invested in the story of the second one anyway. And just none of the updates really seem to have done much for me. Like I'm already, this is something I never do, but with the Outer Worlds, I'm already thinking about different decisions I can make in my next playthrough. I don't ever play through games a second time. And I'm already considering that I might do that with this. I kind of want to play it on a higher difficulty to see how it plays differently, how that affects things. I want to make some different decisions. For those of you that don't know about my love for Alpha Protocol, Obsidian did that as well. And they've done one of the things in here. There are actual, depending on the decisions you make, there are actual missions you don't get to partake in. To me, that is super cool because now I don't know what I missed and what I didn't miss. Now I got to go back and I got to try to find out what I missed. So yeah, I'm super invested in Outer Worlds. If you have any inkling of, I think it looks cool, but I don't know, you can take that I don't know right out of there because it is good. Very good. I'll tell you,
we've got to get to the news, but let me transition real quick. The three games that lately that I've been thinking I would like to play, three, I don't know. Maybe it's just two games. The Outer Wilds, I'm super interested in that. It's on Game Pass, so I think there's a good chance I'm just going to have to.
Outer Wilds?
Outer Worlds.
Okay.
I don't know what I said. Those two games shouldn't exist at the same time. The Outer Worlds, it's on Game Pass. I'm thinking about I feel like I need to play it.
Okay.
I don't think I'll like it. Every time I've looked and watched stuff, I've thought you'll like it, but I feel like I owe it to myself to try it. And then the other one, and this is probably going to be confusing to everybody, it's like Death Stranding. The more that comes out about it, that people seem to not like about it, the more I'm like, I think I might like that. The other one, it is three games that I know I'll love. So every year I buy the Farming Simulator.
Mm-hmm.
And every year I'm like, I should have just wait to buy it because by the time I play it, the deluxe version is out with all the DLC.
Mm-hmm.
So this year I've waited. But boy, I'm having a tough time waiting. You really get to take care of the animals this time. There's cotton farming for the first time. Fucking jazzed up, man. So those are the three games where I'm like, I just don't. I am super interested in Death Stranding.
The more I read about it, the more it does seem more interesting to me.
Someone described it as American Truck Simulator, but with a person. And I was like, well, hell, sign me up, you know? Whereas I think most people would be turned off by that. I'm like, well, sign me up. But then I hear how complicated it sounds, and I'm like, ooh, I don't know. Yeah, it's about 55, 60 hours to complete is what I kept hearing. Like, I don't know, you know. I don't know about that. But
I get it.
Let's jump into the news. BlizzCon happened. That's not the first story. So Sony is shutting down. Sony's shutting down PlayStation Vue. Not much to say here other than they're going to shut it down January 30th, 2020. So they're giving you a little bit of time to get squared away with everything.
Yeah, I don't think Vue ever took off the way it was expected to, and I think that all the different streaming services now have kind of acted as a better replacement for PlayStation Vue. That said, I do know some people. We both know some people that have PlayStation Vue, and I am sorry for them because I do know that they got a lot of use out of it. They like the service,
yeah. Their statement was, today we're announcing that we will shut down PlayStation Vue service on January 30th, 2020. Unfortunately, the highly competitive pay TV industry with expensive content and network deals have been slower to change than we expected. Because of this, we have decided to remain focused on our core gaming business. A couple things I think were wrong with PlayStation Vue was the timing and also the name. I think the name sucks.
The name does suck.
It didn't need to be PlayStation at all, and if it was going to be PlayStation, it should have been PlayStation TV, which is a shitty Vita product that they released several years ago. So, that's that story. Rest in peace, PlayStation Vue. We'll probably remind you as time gets closer.
Yeah. Just in case you are one of the few that have it.
Yeah, the few with a view.
There we go. That's the title. The few with a view.
BlizzCon happened. You know that because I told you that about 3 minutes ago. Several things came out of it. They did open it up by kind of the president, Jay Allen Brack, opened up BlizzCon by kind of talking about the controversy with Hearthstone and the Hearthstone tournament and all the China stuff. And we didn't talk about the initial story, so I'm not going to talk about that. If you want to see it, you can watch the very beginning of that keynote. He addresses it.
It is, and just keep in mind, it is very, very political, and we try to stay away from those things.
Yep.
We'll be offensive, but we won't be political.
Yeah, we try to offend based off of looks or beliefs, you know, not politics. Religion, all those things. Overwatch 2 was announced. Blizzard Vice President Jeff Kaplan came on stage and announced Overwatch 2. The main difference between Overwatch and Overwatch 2 is it will feature both a PvP and a PvE content at launch, not just the PvP. It will continue to be a team-based 6v6. Is it 6? How many people play that game?
That's 6 on a team.
Yeah, so 6v6. I guess I don't know. I don't know why you don't just wait and put Overwatch 2 on the next console. Also, I don't know why you call it Overwatch 2. I think you wait till the next console comes out and you just call it Overwatch. But whatever.
It is going to be coming to the Switch. It's going to be coming to all 3 consoles. And
I don't
PC.
work at Blizzard. I wouldn't have done that. Would have just called it Overwatch and it would have hit the new consoles. And Switch or whatever. So there's probably not a new Nintendo console as soon as there's the Scarlet and PS5.
Right.
So I just would have called it the Overwatch, and that's what would have been on the PS5 and the Scarlet, and the Switch would have just got an update. But whatever. Diablo IV was announced. This is probably the biggest announcement from BlizzCon.
Yep.
2 trailers, 1 cinematic, 1 gameplay. They also showed off 3 of the 5 playable classes, Barbarian, Sorceress, and Druid. Among the new features, you can expect mounts, which I'm beyond jazzed up about, which help you get from around on the larger map. I love a good mount, if you know what I'm saying.
I feel like if this comes to the PS5, this is one we'll be playing. We played a lot of the 3.
Yeah, we did, and it was good.
It was good. As a matter of fact, that's the only game that we've talked a number of times about. We have our good friend Marshall 205 who tends to fall asleep.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the only game that we have all fallen asleep playing at one point or another.
That game. Yeah. So for those that don't know, we talk a lot about Marshall 205. He's a dear friend of mine. And I'm not being sarcastic. Like, he really is a really close friend of mine.
Mm-hmm.
I talk to him almost every single day, whether it's through text message or playing games together. But this bastard cannot stay awake when we play anything other than Rocket League. And he always is like, I don't want to play Rocket League every night. And I'm like, I don't want you to fall asleep every time we play something.
Right.
Like, he really wants to play Minecraft, and I really would enjoy playing with him, but he can't stay awake for 5 minutes, so it'd just be me playing Minecraft by myself. I don't want to do that. It doesn't sound good to me.
Yep.
So, as much as I would say that he should get this and play it with us, he'll just sleep. I have no faith in him. They also showed off the new expansion for WoW, World of Warcraft, Shadowlands, the new trailer. Now, no one else knows this, but we actually had a discussion the other night with Marshall205 where I agreed that I would play that if he wanted to.
You did, yes.
He used to play a lot of Warcraft, and I am not scared of Warcraft. I actually would like to play World of Warcraft. So there's a chance. I mean, I don't have a gaming computer. That's one of the few games that you can run on like a toaster.
Right, yeah. So you can literally, it'll run on BlackBerry.
Yes, I could. Shout out to BlackBerry, rest in peace. So I could play, there's a good chance I could play that game. I'm into it. I would pay for a couple months. If I liked it, I'd keep paying for it. Hearthstone will be getting a new expansion also, Descent of Dragons, and a new mode, Hearthstone Battlegrounds. In Battlegrounds, you and 7 other players fight against AI enemies. You can also expect a ton of new cards for the new expansions for the people that still play Hearthstone, which is a lot. Anything people to add about any of that?
What's that?
Anything to add to any of that? Okay.
No.
That was
Diablo IV. I'm pretty excited about, and it's going to be fun for us to get back into that.
I'll tell you who else is jazzed up about it. Pat, man. He was live texting me during BlizzCon.
Was he?
Yeah. I mean, the night before, he's like, "It's getting announced tomorrow. It's getting announced." I'm like, okay. We all like that game. It's fine. I get that excited too, but I like to anytime I can bring someone else down with their level of excitement. Ubisoft is going to put cross-play into all the PvP games we have, according to Yves Guillemot. I just like that guy's name. He says that's well on the way. Ubisoft has a lot of games that support PvP play, but we're assuming he's mostly speaking about the larger games that have maintained a player base. As you know, we talked about it last week that they just delayed 3 of their big upcoming games. It's probably so they can work on things like PvP, and maybe so they can fix Breakpoint, which apparently is not good.
It has some serious problems.
He did speak about the disappointing launches of obviously Breakpoint as well as the Division 2, which sounds like it didn't do the numbers that they thought it was going to. Who knows? That shit's on its way, though. Crossplay.
PvP crossplay.
Yep. As people know, Sony lifted the ban off the beta, and it is now just you can just do it, like Nike. Can't say that. Just got demonetized. Little did they know we're not monetized anyways.
Right.
We're like one of the few things that probably puts all of our shows on YouTube and they're not monetized.
Who, us?
Mm-hmm.
Gamestitch?
Mm-hmm.
Should we start monetizing it?
I don't know. We don't right now. There are no ads in ours.
Yeah, I'm going with no.
Yeah, there's no ads when you watch on YouTube. I don't think that's the best way to listen to this because there's no video. But if you do listen that way, we don't put ads in there. That may change, so whatever. But most people don't listen on there either. Most of you listen on iTunes or Apple Podcast, it's called now. PlayStation Plus for November 2019. The free games have been announced. And you're going to get Neo and Outlast 2.
I kind of been wanting to try Neo, so I'm kind of excited for this.
This is weird. I think so. Neo, I'm like, I get it. Like, that's a big popular title. Neo 2 is out. Coming out. There's a beta coming for it. Like, it all makes sense. So I'm just disappointed by this.
Because there's no VR?
No, not even that. I'm like, Neo's fine, I guess. I'll never play Outlast 2 because I don't want to shit my pants. I mean,
yeah, it's nothing you're into, so
right. I'm just like, okay.
So there's nothing for you to look forward to for your free games. I get that.
No, those are going to get added to the library. Is what's going to happen there.
Right. No, I'll try Neo. I've been wanting to try Neo, so I'll give it a shot.
Everybody just talks about how frustratingly hard it is. I'm like, yeah, no thanks.
Well, yeah, I've heard that too, but I do want to try it. And Microsoft has also announced their games with gold for November 2019. And from the 1st to the 30th for the Xbox One, we've got Sherlock Holmes, The Devil's Daughter. From November 16th to December 15th for the Xbox One, we have The Final Station. November 1st to the 15th on the Xbox. That can't be right. Is that a typo?
Oh, it should say 360.
On the 360 is Star Wars Jedi Starfighter. And from the 16th to the 30th for the 360 as well is Joyride Turbo. Obviously, all of those will be available on the Xbox One as well.
Through backwards compatibility.
Nothing super exciting there.
Sherlock
Holmes
and the Devil's
games are
Daughter.
always fun.
Yeah, sounds good to me. I'm kind of into that.
Yeah, the Sherlock Holmes games are usually a decent time.
Yeah, I would. So if I was looking at both lists, that's probably the game that I would be most likely to play.
Right.
So the Final Station's got a neat look to it. It's that like train, you're like on a ghost train type thing. It's like a side scroller looking. It's got a neat feel to it. But I probably, if I play anything, it'll be Sherlock Holmes. Good chance I don't play any of those games. Let's go to the release dates, the full schedule for November, everything that's coming out, so you guys know what to look forward to. Now, there's a game missing from this list, and I don't know why, because I didn't make this list, but I'll add it as we get to it.
Sure is.
Just Dance 2020 will be out for everything that it could be out for on November 5th. Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games, Tokyo 2020 will be out for the Switch also on the 5th. Red Dead Redemption 2 for the PC will be exclusive on the Rockstar launcher November 5th. Planet Zoo, which I wish was on a console, is coming to PC on the 5th. The longest name award goes for November is going to be on November 8th. Layton's Mystery Journey. What do you think that is? Catriel?
Catriel.
And the Millionaire's Conspiracy Deluxe Edition is coming out for the Switch. Need for Speed Heat is coming out for PS4, PC, Xbox One on the 8th. New Super Lucky's Tale for the Switch on November 8th. And the one not on the list coming out November 8th is Death Stranding.
This is Death Stranding.
I don't know why it's not on here.
Me either.
It's very odd. This list was pulled from GameSpot. The embargoes are up for Death Stranding. I have listened to several that were spoiler-free, but just gave you impressions. I think they can talk about the first half of the game.
Yeah.
So you can hear about that game, and I have seen that game. I'm not going to, scores are what they are. I have seen that game get 9s, and I have seen that game get 5s. I think it is hovering around the high 60s on Metacritic.
Yep.
So do what you want with that game. If you're on the fence, I highly suggest listening to someone talk about that game before you buy it.
Yep.
Not.
Wait till it comes out. Watch some videos. Read about, not necessarily reviews, but impressions of from people who have played it.
Yeah,
and,
I think that.
This is going to be a typical Hideo Kojima game, which means you're either going to love it or you're going to hate it. I don't think there's a middle ground with his games.
Yeah.
So
this
I think
has
you
the
need
chance.
I think you need to determine where you stand on that before.
This has a chance to be the first Hideo Kojima game that I'm into.
Now, you liked Phantom Pain.
Yeah, but all the people who are Kojima fans will tell you that's not a Kojima game.
Oh, well, yeah, that's true.
So who knows? Yeah, his name was on it, but I don't know. This seems like a thing that I could like. There's one part of it that's really standoffish to me. It's the stealth part, but it sounds like it's very limited as far as what you have to do. So I'm really considering this game. I think will drop in price very quickly.
I do too.
So there's a chance that I scoop it up down the road. But
so this interests you. You're interested in it.
Very interested in it.
Okay.
It's just dumb enough that I'm pretty into it. Now, the criticism that I think is unfair that I keep hearing is how heavy-handed the story is, and I'm like, hello? That's kind of his thing.
Yeah, that's nothing new.
Yeah. But a lot of criticisms about the story and how heavy-handed it is and how it basically starts where it finishes as far as the message is consistent all the way through. There's not these giant revelations that happen.
Right.
I'm like, who cares? I think I would like that game even more without cutscenes. November 11th for everything, including iOS. A Romancing Saga 3. November 12th, Rune 2 for PC. November 14th, Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition. Probably the biggest release of the month. On November 15th, Pokemon Sword and Shield for the Switch. Probably the second biggest release of the month. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order for PC, PS4, and Xbox One on the 15th. Tokyo Ghoul Recall to Exist for PC and PS4 on the 15th. Shenmue 3, which I'll believe it when I see it, on November 19th, PC, PS4, and Xbox One. And Sniper Ghost Warrior Contracts, PC, PS4, Xbox One on November 22nd.
Yeah.
If I was rating those, I would probably say Pokemon, Star Wars, and then Death Stranding as far as the top 3 releases for the month.
Yep, that's where I'd stand too.
In all likelihood, Pokemon, the only thing I play in any kind of, soon to release is probably Pokemon.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to wait, and I keep saying it, and I stand by it. I need to hear more about Fallen Order.
Yeah.
I'm interested in the game, but I need to get a better idea of exactly how it's going to play. I don't need super complicated, super hard, super difficult, any of that. So I just need to keep an eye on it and see.
Yeah, the reason I know that I could love Death Stranding is because when I turned on a show I was listening to the other day, it opened with someone going, that game freaking sucks. And someone else saying, I turned it off after 2 hours, and then 2 other people going, really? We put 60 hours in it. I thought I was doing some pretty crazy stuff. And I'm like, that could be something that I love.
That's
most games I love fall under that category.
That's Hideo Kojima in a nutshell right there.
Yeah. Without getting spoilery, there's some things that you do that, let me think of the best way to describe this. You do some things in that game that other people can see, and that you can make the game easier for other people by seeing what they do.
And they can do the same for you.
And I think it's very unique, and I think it's the kind of thing that I would enjoy because you could get lost doing that thing.
Mm-hmm.
Highly considering it. I'm not buying it for $60.
I do want to cover a story that you didn't put on here.
Okay, go ahead.
The Witcher on Netflix released a full trailer, the first full trailer this week, and gave
he's
a
in a
release
bathtub.
date
Yep.
of coming out December 20th.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm super excited for this. That trailer looks good.
Yeah, it looks fine to me.
Yeah, you're not into that stuff.
Right.
That trailer looks good. Check it out. Make up your own mind. But that's going to be a binge watch for me. I think it's only 8 episodes. So that's a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited for this. I think this looks phenomenal.
While we're talking about TV, I watched the newest season of Goliath, and it's bizarre.
Goliath, is that with Billy Bob?
Yes, it is bizarre.
Where he's a
lawyer.
A lawyer, right?
Mm-hmm. New season's weird. It goes some places. I don't know about it. And then I'm currently watching Jack Ryan because the new season just popped up for it.
Yeah, I want to watch. I haven't started watching. Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff that came out. I want to watch Jack Ryan. I want to watch the 3rd season of Atypical.
Mm-hmm.
What else is out? I've started watching Daybreak, but I haven't finished it yet. I'm in the middle of a bunch of stuff.
Prime has got some good stuff. I'm liking the shows on Prime.
Yeah.
And I think I talked about it, but I tried to watch The Marvelous Miss Maisel before I didn't get it. I fell in love with it the second time that I watched it. I love that show. Yes.
I haven't watched it.
I love that show. It's my favorite show.
Have you finished Bosch?
Yeah, I finished Bosch.
Man, Bosch is good.
Bosch was really good, but there's something about the acting and the characters and the casting. I love The Marvelous Miss Maisel. It's so good.
Oh, that's good. I watched Absentia. Was a good one.
I don't know what that is. Never even heard of it.
It's on Prime.
Okay. I like Prime. I'm into the Prime. Prime's got good shows.
It's a Prime original, yeah.
People like Fleabag.
Yeah.
I haven't watched it, but people like it.
I haven't watched it, but I've heard it's good and it's very funny.
The Marvelous Miss Maisel won 8 Emmys, I think.
Yeah, it's supposedly really good.
Yeah. Yeah. I forget her name, but the one who plays Miss Maisel, she's incredible. She's so super good. You ever have one of those, we've derailed again. So that character is awesome, right?
Who?
So then I was like, I don't know her from really anything else. You do. She was in House of Cards.
Yes.
So you do know her from stuff, and I know who she was in that show, and I was like, I get it. But I watched interviews with her because I was like, I really like this character.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know if I like her in real life. And that's disappointing. You ever have that happen?
No.
Like I watched interviews, and I'm like, she's not that character, which makes sense.
Yep, she's acting. That's what that is.
Yeah, that checks out. But I like that character more than I like her. She's so witty and funny in that show because she has a whole team of writers.
Right. I mean, that's always going to help.
But then when I watched her in something, she was funny, but it's different funny. I don't know. I think I wanted her to be the person that she plays. So, but I suggest that show. And definitely if you haven't watched Bosch, you should watch all of that. Two good shows. Priming it out. That's all for the news.
Yeah, that rounds it out.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's it. This show's long.
Yeah, it is.
It's been a long show. We still got to do shout-outs. Remember, if you head over to patreon.com/Gamestitch, support us at the $10 tier, you can get a shout-out. If you don't give us one, we'll give you one. Because that's what we do. Now, you spoke last week about Zach not taking the time or putting forward the effort to speak to us.
Well, that might be putting it a little stronger than I actually
and he
responded. But okay.
He responded with what I would classify as a long-ass email.
Yes.
So
did you read it?
Yeah, I read it. Zach's emails are always great.
Yeah.
The man can email.
Yeah, he's an email master.
Yeah, his communication skills I would rate because we don't give 10s, I would give him an 8.5 out of 10.
Okay.
Which is almost perfect because a 9 would be perfect.
Right.
Because we don't give 10s because we're corporate. Can't get a 10. It's on there because the scale had to make sense.
Right, because you can always work harder.
You can always improve. That's what they'll tell you, and you're like, I don't know what that means, but okay. He sent an awesome email. It does have a shout out in here. I do want to say Zach was actually the person who claimed the prize from last week.
Yes, he did.
I had two people reach out to me
Zach.
that they tried to get it and it was already gone. He does thank Thomas for putting the reward up. He had been thinking about getting 2K20, so it actually worked out perfect.
Yes.
And so he sends a shout out to Thomas for doing it. That's not his shout out, but I wanted to include that. His shout out this week is actually for the PlayStation Store, not for how well it works because no one would ever shout that out. But it's
or how
for
pretty
the.
It is.
What's that?
Or how pretty it is.
Right.
Because it is not.
His shout out is for actually the PlayStation Plus double discount sale that's happening right now. In preparation for Black Friday, but available now through the 22nd. There's all kinds of stuff on sale. He says he's going to pick up some games that he's been looking for. They're actually quite cheap right now. Deus Ex Mankind Divided is $4.50, which was $17. Definitive, the Sleeping Dogs Definitive Edition, which everyone listening should buy if they don't have it, is $4.50, which was also $17. And Rise of the Tomb Raider is only $9 instead of $34. Is that the newest one?
Yeah.
Shadow of the Tomb Raider.
No, Shadow of the Tomb Raider is the newest one.
Now, you hated that one.
I didn't like I didn't like Shadow.
I still want to pick it up, but I need it for like that $9 mark.
I'm pretty sure. Isn't Shadow the most recent one?
I don't know.
Whichever the most recent one is the one I don't like.
It seems like it might be this one because $34 seems high for that original one.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
But I think Shadow of the Tomb Raider is the new one. I'm pretty confident. He also says there's tons of discounts on PS3 and Vita games if you still indulge in those consoles, which you should for the Vita, you should not for the PS3. He goes on to say Newegg is also selling 12-month PS Plus memberships renewals for $44.99 instead of $60 for the next few days. Now, Zach wrote this email to us this morning. Most new sales start on Sunday.
Yep.
I will say that the promo code that he said to use for that is I fucked up. It's not even M. It doesn't start with M.
Here,
M
let me
twice.
run it through. Here.
Okay.
The promo code for $44.99 PS Plus on Newegg is E as in Echo, M as in Mike, C as in Charlie, U as in Unicorn, U as in Unicorn, T as in Tango, U as in Unicorn.
KornyKorn.
2, because I was jumping ahead to the twos.
I just want to say that KornyKorn sounds cool to me. I'm KornyKorn.
Once again, that's going to be E M C U U T U 2 2.
Now, we're not affiliated with Newegg. This is not a promotion. It's not an ad. I don't know if that promotion even still works. It's just Zach sent it to us yesterday. But it's worth trying if you need some more PS Plus. So He says, until next time, it's been a pleasure. So
it's always a pleasure.
Thanks for that, Zach. Now, you guys know how I don't understand the words to use when you're giving letters out, which is why Dan did that.
Right.
I called into customer service this week, and I read a serial number to someone.
Uh-huh.
And they said, can you give it to me one time with whatever those are called?
Phonetically?
Yeah. And I was like, well, fuck. Because this person's going to understand that I don't understand what I'm supposed to say there. That I'm going to have to be like L as in license plate. Because I don't understand what you're supposed to use for those. So I went through the whole thing, and then the lady who was super nice said, let me give it back to you and make sure I got it right. And she did it correctly after I did it like a psychopath.
Okay.
So when I'm like C as in cheese, she just read it back as like C as in Charlie.
But I guess the question is, did she get what you were trying to say?
She did. She did not get it when I read it through her without doing that, but she did get it right when I did it that way.
Okay, so she was picking up what you were putting down. That's good. That's all that matters.
I'm like, there's no training for this. You know?
Well, yeah, it's not a training thing.
I don't know which word to use.
It doesn't require training.
Everybody uses the same ones, though. I'm like, how do you all know? Who told you? Who told you and didn't tell me? You know? That's where I'm at with it. But
it's a military thing.
Yeah. I had a real moment of fear when she asked me to do that, because I'm like, this is either going to be funny to her or extremely disappointing. She didn't giggle, but she didn't seem disappointed. So.
Did you give her the U as in uterus?
I did not. It didn't have a U in it, and I would have not said that. I would have probably said unicycle.
That's too bad.
Yeah.
That's too bad.
I feel like if you're like U as in uterus, people are like, this guy's an asshole. And you're like, I just don't know any other U words.
Right.
I'm an asshole, but this comment doesn't confirm it for you.
Oh.
So, yeah.
You right.
U as in utility closet. Like, you could have gone.
Yes.
I also found that I like to use two words with her. Like I said, license plate, and she's probably thinking, why didn't you just say license?
Yeah, that's fair. To be fair, U is uniform, not unicorn.
Did you mess up, or did you like unicorns better?
Unicorn came to my mind. So
see, that's the way the whole thing works for me. It's just whatever comes to mind.
I said unicorns.
Yeah,
actually, you know what happened is I got thrown off because first you went to uterus, and I was like, no.
You're welcome for that.
So then I lost where I was. I was like, oh, it's unicorn. And I immediately thought, nope, it's uniform. But I was like, oh, fuck it, I'm rolling now.
Yeah, you said unicorn. Then
I fucked it up with
KornyKorn. Which is the best thing you said.
It doesn't even have a U in it.
Captain KornyKorn, reporting for duty. I like it. I like KornyKorn. Might be the name of the episode, KornyKorn.
Okay. All one word. As long as you make it all one word, it's spelled with K's, we're fine.
Well, I immediately knew it would be spelled with K's. Because anything trendy, you don't use the actual spelling, because you want autocorrect to fuck it up anytime you're trying to go to it.
That's exactly right.
So it'd be KornyKorn with K's. The next shout out comes from Thomas. Thomas sent me some stuff this week through text messages. Nothing I would consider to be a shout out, but I've been thinking about Thomas a lot here lately.
Okay.
Because, we enjoyed Mud Runners together.
Yes, you guys did.
And the American Wild expansion has been on like the last 3 sales.
So you gonna pick it up?
I'm thinking about it.
I'm thinking
about it.
Well, Thomas's shout out is, hey Ryan, pick up that American Wild.
I don't know if he even has
DLC.
it though.
Bitch.
Whoa, he got aggressive during his
Yeah, because he wants you to get it so you guys can fucking play the game together.
He got aggressive. I'm still down to play Minecraft, but I'm waiting to see what PS4 does with Realms. I mean, there's a lot cooking. There's a lot in the oven, as some people say.
Got a lot, yeah.
Coals in the
all
fire.
the marbles. And it's for all the marbles.
People still say that. I'm convinced people still say that. I'm a millennial.
Oh, well, you're showing... Okay, well.
I can say that.
You're slow... The problem is millennials at this point are slowly becoming irrelevant.
Well, the range, the age range with millennials is too big.
Yeah, it is.
Because I shouldn't be. There should be an in between.
No, it's like what, 84 to 97 or something.
Yeah, it's way too big.
Yeah, I agree.
We're like tweens. We shouldn't have been. Don't put that evil on me. I don't want to be a millennial because. There's always, if you get around older people, like, millennials fucking suck. And you're like, well, I'm actually a millennial. And they're like, well, I don't mean you. And you're like, what? But you kind of do. The whole thing is dumb. The whole thing is dumb that we assign these titles to generations anyways. It's dumb.
It sounds like something a millennial would say.
Exactly. Stop with the titles. Why can't I just be who I am? Stop trying to put me in a box. Hand me that fedora. Assholes. That's it. That's the whole show.
That's it.
That's 3 times producerless in the last 3 weeks. So for those looking for Gerald's percentage of being on, it's 0.
How do we roll today? What do you think?
I think
which way did we 2 for 3 at?
Yeah, I think it's a strong episode.
Yeah, I think it was a strong one too.
There's a lot of smart home talk up front that I think really pushed us over the edge for good right at the beginning.
Yeah, like in a good way?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, yeah. Without a doubt.
Because I can't gauge people's disappointment because I love that stuff so much. So I don't know how disappointed they are. They're like, I didn't come here for that bullshit. I can't gauge it because I enjoy it.
You need to let us know. If you don't enjoy it, let us know.
I think I said I can't engage it, but I meant I can't gauge it.
No, you said gauge. I heard gauge. Maybe it's because I knew what you meant. I don't know. But
I think it's because you knew what I meant because I think I had a stroke when I was saying it.
It sounded right to me. I don't think. No, it sounded right to me.
Smart home engage.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you can call the Echo, you can say computer. As a wake word.
You can call it computer?
Mm-hmm. You can be like, computer, brew my coffee, or whatever it is that you have set up. You can do Echo, you can do computer, or you can do Alexa. Which is exclusively what she's called in my household.
Alexa.
We call her by her proper name.
Because it's a she.
It's a her. Yeah, Dan's like, I never do that. So anyways, the other day I was talking to her.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. I for all I know, I might do it more than I think I do.
Yeah, I'll tell you, if you do it in public, people have a look about them.
Yeah, I don't think I've done it in public.
Yeah, people have a look about them when you say, I told her or told it. They're like, it's a piece of plastic. I'm like, well, first off, that's cruel. Okay, it's not a piece of plastic. It's a person and I love her. That's how I end that conversation. Just make it way too personal. I don't think of it as a person, but I think you refer to it as a he or she because, I mean, if it was a man's voice, I would call it a he.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, because I had my Google Home on a guy's voice so I could tell the difference.
Ah, that's a good idea.
Yeah. So I think, well, yeah, you should identify it as a person.
That's fair.
My iPad's froze up here. Whoop. You hear that?
Oh, no. That's all right.
That was it.
You should know this by heart.
No, I do know this part. I needed to get the episode number.
Why did you ask? It's 355.
Why would my iPad not work like that? I mean, I didn't know. I couldn't have known that was going to happen. You should follow us on the social medias. Dan tweeted. I want everybody to know.
I did for Halloween.
Yeah, Dan tweeted, so that's new. You can follow him at Shirtless Dan. I hearted one of his tweets, so that's new for me. I am at Podcast Ryan, and together we are at Game_Stitch. Gerald, who isn't on the show ever anymore, is at Hoffin Show. So, if y'all want to check on that fake account we have set up.
Yes.
That Smurf account, that Smurf Twitter account we have for producer Gerald, check that out at Hoffin Show. Remember, patreon.com/GameStitch if you got a couple bones you want to toss us. Seems timely for that reference because of Halloween.
Bones, yeah.
Yeah, Halloween's over, though.
It is. You can still say bones.
It's on the... yeah, you can say, what the fuck is happening?
What's happening?
Wasn't even touching it that time. Full meltdown mode over here.
Skynet begins.
Yeah, Siri's like, what can I help you with? I'm like, nothing, Siri. You've been replaced by better virtual assistants. Bixby, you're in the same camp as Siri.
Yep, you're gone.
Yeah. There's 2 peaks to this mountain, and it's Alexa and Google Home.
Oh, yeah. No doubt.
Yeah. That's it. That's episode 355 in the books. I think it was a good one. Let us know. Did we go 2 out of 3, or did we go 1 out of 3? Because I know the first episode without him was gold.
Yeah,
so
we were
that's
good.
A win. So were we 1 out of 3, or were we 2 out of 3? Let us know in the comments below. That's not a thing. People like to say it on YouTube, and I like it's trendy. Like, you can pause the video right now and let us know in the comments what you think is going to happen. You could email us. What is it? What's the email? Podcast@Gamestitch.com.
That's it.
Is that what you email?
That's it. Podcast@Gamestitch.com.
You sure?
Yes.
Okay. You also just email me, Ryan@Gamestitch.com. I don't think you get your mail, do you?
No, I can't. Ever since I moved, I can't get in.
Yeah, podcast@Gamestitch.com. I think those are so old, I think we can't get in. So if I ever lose that, it's just gone.
Yeah.
But they both forward to my Gmail, which is why it works, because I don't know my logins for either one of them. So that's going to do it for us. We'll be back next week. Same time, same place. Good night.
Good night.